So you stumbled upon our podcast. Hope you got your lighter. Sup, I'm Lotta Locks, and these are my guests.
Hello, I'm Lexscope.
And Marquise of Fronto.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't say what I was from.
Why don't you go ahead and tell them?
I run Lexscope Productions. It's a media production company based in Seattle.
Fire media production company based in Seattle.
Thank you.
So what you smoking on, Lex?
In my casual day-to-day, I've been smoking, I've been smoking a lot of ZOZ, Zaz.
Facts. Them
Big
tea
ups
leaves.
to Zaz.
I've been smoking a lot of that shit just because, like, you know, it be actively around me all the time.
What about you, Keys?
Today I brought some strawberry gelato for us to smoke on. Strand Genetics. Strawberry's gonna be strawberry cookie. The gelato is acai. So it's gonna be gelato 33, 41 cross. I mean, some dabs over here from Lifted Dreams.
Oh.
A little bit of, I'm rolling infused blunts. Yeah, I mean, I figure if we're gonna do it, it's my first podcast.
Hold on, everybody. It might get weird. Anything else with it?
We got a little bit of the Buckeye Perp that you got left from 50
Okay.
Food.
For
Shout
sure,
out
for
50 Food. Shout out Sven.
Fire leaf. And I'm smoking on Mary Jane's Poochie Love. It's total 28.6% THC. It's a sativa. I figured it's, a little bit early in the day and we need to get through it. So
A lot of times I don't even be smoking sativa in the morning.
for sure.
Well, I'll drink coffee and I'll wake up. Yeah.
Same.
No,
I just started drinking caffeine.
Really?
Yeah.
Just started. I never drank caffeine. Got out here, started drinking caffeine. Now I can't fucking go a morning without like.
Welcome to Seattle.
But I smoke heavy indica like all the fucking time, so it kind of like balances out and shit. You know?
I wake up with like copious amounts of energy, so when I drink coffee or smoke sativa, I'm literally like, I already wake up like on 10. Like,
Yeah,
let's go.
I'm wide awake when I'm awake, and so
yeah.
anything else, oh my goodness. I had a Starbucks refresher one time on my way at work.
They got caffeine?
It has caffeine in it. Mild,
shit.
mild amounts of caffeine. Everyone is probably laughing at me, my response, but I was twitching.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like it's tea based, so it has green tea in it. It's fruit juice. It's what someone who doesn't drink coffee would get
Cool.
at Starbucks. So, how has weed helped you recently?
Like, what you mean?
I mean, in the most basic sense, like if you had to say, like, how did weed help you yesterday, or
Well, I mean, I fucking hate to ride the sometimes I have anxiety train, but like every now and again, it's like my anti-anxiety stick. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go into this event or this place with like X amount of people that like are immediately about to like I'm gonna have to interact with. I'm like,
Yep.
hit the little anxiety stick, boop, 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 go about my day. And yeah, I mean, that was just like yesterday. I mean, but that's just like
General basis.
Yeah.
I don't. While I understand it's a little train, I don't think that you can be black in America and not have anxiety. I don't think it's possible.
Especially when you're from where we from.
Yeah, for sure. Like to be black in America is a whole other experience.
Man,
We could go there.
when I went back to North Carolina, like step out the little bar, light up a little joint, and then immediately I felt like panic.
Oh, no.
Because the homie like grabbed me like, yo, you can't, like, what are you doing? I'm like,
Smoking weed.
smoking. I'm a little drunk. I wanted to hit the little weed. He's like, nah, man, like,
you can't
it's
do
it's
that
hot
shit
out
here.
here. Like, you'll go to jail right now. I'm like, wait, what? And I mean, obviously I know that, but it just like was a lapse of,
They didn't process
I'm from
because
here.
that's
And then right after he said that, I seen a cop drive by too, and I was like instant like I hate this feeling. I haven't felt like that in a long time. Where like right now I'm about to go to maybe get in trouble for like smoking.
weed. I'm not troubling nobody.
Go
I'm
to jail
minding
for
my business.
smoking.
I don't even got no. I don't got no weight on me. I don't got
nothing.
They'll
I
still
don't got
take you
no
down
piece
there
on me.
for
I
a
don't got
joint.
nothing on me.
Put that shit in the evidence bag, weigh it and everything.
Yo, he had like 0.7 grams.
Oh no, they weigh it inside. So the trick with that shit, they put the evidence inside the bag, and when they weigh it with the bag that they put it in.
Yeah.
That
So it'd be
totally
like fucking like
explains.
4 grams. That I mean, with the bag and everything. Yeah, man.
I knew I purchased the dub, but they wrote on my record that I had over 3 grams.
They weighed it with the bag. The way that weed has helped me, I work in retail at Greenside Recreational. Shout out Greenside.
For sure.
So on a daily basis, it helps me every day. Not fuck somebody up. You know what I mean? Because I work on Aurora, so I get the an array of customers, and sometimes they're not all nice. You know what I mean? So it's helped me in that aspect. It's also helped me in like job security. People are buying weed. I'm still in a job. I sell Fronto. People are smoking weed, buying weed. Weed helps me sell my Fronto. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
That's true. Like, actually, if it wasn't for weed, like, I can't do my job I'm doing here in North Carolina. Like, there's certain companies that literally hit me up like, yo, here's some money. Can you, like, orchestrate, basically, somebody taking pictures or videos of you smoking weed, and we will pay you for, like, your product.
Yeah.
That's not a job that I would literally be able to, like, I'm about to hopefully soon start working with Fronto for those same reasons. Like, yeah, I produce cannabis content.
Yeah.
If I did that in North Carolina, people would be like, nigga, why are you taking pictures of people smoking weed?
Yeah, like,
that's illegal.
That's hot. That's
Yeah,
what you
like,
doing?
yeah, you
what
can't.
You doing? Right, get me off camera, man.
And I take photos sometimes. So I like was with the homies. I'm taking some pics. He's like, bro, like you can't post none of these. I'm like,
You snitching? And like,
that's all like, nah, bro. This is like my job. Like,
this is just life.
yeah,
Everyone's
so,
smoking weed.
No, so like it's allowed me to be myself, still make money being myself. It helps like my overall business, and I don't know. I don't have to like sneak around and hide who I am.
Weed has gotten me to a new level of maturity, or helped me along my journey to a new level of maturity, to where like just smoking in the morning, I am able to process the stuff that is coming at me on a daily, like
Shout out to the Wake and Bakes.
for sure. With my career, you know, like I run anesthesia, things.
Wait,
They're,
what?
yeah. I'm a veterinary technician by trade.
funny segue into something that we have to remind me about that because I was reading a study about
people, smokers under anesthesia. We definitely want to talk about that.
Crazy.
Yes, we will get there. So just on a daily, the stress of keeping something alive, like, is the mildest portion of my skill set in tasks.
Keeping like animals alive?
Yeah, under anesthesia. And that's like someone's pet and they care about it. And I think about all these things and who I am as an individual, you know, that could drive me crazy. But thanks to weed, I just like, I can let go of certain things that cause me stress. Exactly. And provide great customer service. So weed has helped me a lot lately.
Yeah.
So about individuals who smoke on a constant basis, there was a study, right, that said that if you smoke weed like daily, you need to let any surgeon or anesthesiologist know before you go under, because you need a higher dose of anesthetic. Inhale it.
Because you'll wake up?
Yes.
Twice as much.
People have woken up under the knife. Like, I think the person that they were talking to, she was just getting a dental procedure.
Getting her wisdoms pulled, and she came out of it, and they ended up putting her like right back under.
But yeah, they know like, oh, yo, she waking up.
Exactly what happened. Yeah.
you be like,
but yeah, it's like 50% more.
oh shit.
50% more anesthesia. Like 14% more fentanyl and other drugs used, like
opioids, like
for
pain.
it to be able to opiates for them to be able to like do their job. Like you would need way more.
So you tell them before you have surgery so that they can prepare for that. And I think the end result was that because you need more anesthetic, you wake up groggier from a procedure, which is accurate. If like in my day-to-day job, if I run a higher level of anesthetic, it takes a lot longer for that pet when they wake up to recover.
That sounds like it logic.
Yeah, it just makes sense. But for her, for that dental procedure, that meant she was required to have someone drive her home, whereas people who went through the same procedure just drove themselves home after it wasn't.
I didn't drive myself home after I got mine out.
I lost 4 at the same time. Oh, I was a hot mess.
Man, they took
Yeah,
out.
I got all 4. Mine pulled the weekend before 4th of July.
No.
Bro.
That's so mean.
They took out 3 of mine, and then they left 1 in, and then I went back, and there like a year later, there was like, why do you still have 1 wisdom tooth? And I was like,
why do I still have one?
y'all left, yeah.
Why do I?
Yeah, you was here when they took it out, probably. You probably
That's
left.
like somebody hopping in your car. Why do you have my letter? You left it when you got it.
Yeah,
That's
like,
right.
what you mean? Why do I still have it? Well, they're like, well, it's growing in a weird way, so we should probably get that up out of there. And I was like, okay. I figure y'all. So basically, I had to get my wisdom teeth out twice.
Yeah, no, man. That makes you want to fight people.
No, it's cool. I didn't mind it. I got the days off work.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
it was cool. It was they gave me the good drugs.
Yes, but for me, like, another reason why I love weed, I don't do well. They gave me, like, Oxycontin.
No, they gotta get you the better shit.
They gave me. Well, I was a teenager when
I
I
was
lost
a teenager
him.
and they gave me Vikes.
I'm about to say that should give you the.
Nice.
They gave me Vikes. It's so good
Were you
because
asleep
on the
or
4th of
awake?
July,
baby's hand.
they put me under, but like for the aftercare, they gave me Vikes and shit.
You know that. I see. This is what happens when you. This is why I left Florida, everybody.
Okay,
because
different states,
he
different
was in
states.
Florida.
Yeah,
Yo,
they
they was giving
tried to-
oxys for fucking scrapes on the knee.
yeah.
And me in Florida, they that's why Florida has
And I was awake.
a crazy opiate problem.
I was awake for this thing. They didn't
What
really
the
put me to
fuck?
sleep. They just numbed everywhere. And I could feel the guy with the pressure. And at the same time, he's cursing out the dental assistant. I'm crying during this procedure because he was just being so mean to this lady. And I couldn't figure out what was going on, bro.
God damn.
Yeah. And then they gave me Oxycontin afterwards. And I was like, I would just wake up when the pain started coming back, eat something, take pain meds, and go. I was
Go
a
back to
ghost
sleep.
for a week. So
Shit, I was
Weed.
It's
great.
My boy smoked weed when he got his wisdom teeth taken out. Don't do that
dude,
shit.
you're not supposed to smoke.
I
It's
did
the
that.
You gotta,
it's the
you gotta
sucking.
rinse. You gotta rinse after you do it. You dry socket is possibly the nastiest shit I've ever encountered. And my man's breath smelled like a dead possum ass or something. Like, oh my god, that shit was the worst. I like when the shit happened, I'm like, don't speak directly to me. Like, yeah,
Just
speak
over there, bro.
around me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Just
speak
over
in this
there.
direction. Don't speak to me.
I didn't get dry socket, but I was definitely smoking when I got mine out. But the thing about that is, I was getting a haircut, and I don't really be popping pills like that. But obviously I did because I had the wisdom teeth out. So like, I was getting a haircut. I had popped two of the little pills. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a little cut right quick. My barber at the time sparked up some loud, and he passed it to me. I ain't really, whatever. I take a little hit while getting a haircut, whatever. That's good vibes. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I didn't really, I was young, so I didn't really recognize like what was happening. But like the mixture of the
pills and
the pills and the weed, I was like, it was like a really trippy haircut. Because when you know you're gonna trip, it's fun.
You prepared.
But if like it just you don't expect it, and all of a sudden the shit just starts getting weird. Like I start sweating hella tough. Yeah, like I think I low-key almost had a panic attack, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
stressed out.
I couldn't understand what the fuck was going on. But now, like, motherfuckers do that shit for fun. Not me
Exactly.
personally, but people.
But they do, yeah. No, that's not an experience I want. In that vein of thought, have you heard the news about the new like cannabinoids that have come out?
THCP.
THCP, CBDP, which that's a little bit older, and then of course CBG. But they've got new studies coming out about CBG and gastrointestinal cancer.
How it like basically like attacks the cells, like viciously attacks the cells,
Cancer cells in the
and
stomach,
causes
bro.
necrosis like within like I think it was like 48 hours of the introduction of the CBG, which is like that's crazy.
Unheard of. And
crazy.
So it's like man-made though.
No, it's a natural occurring cannabinoid that they
Cannabis derived. They were able to isolate it, pull it, and
That's what I'm saying. But it's
introduce
like
it.
it's not like a natural occurrence. Like it had to be created, is what I'm saying.
no, they found it in the plant and then
They found it.
so they're in so these
It just appeared.
No, it didn't appear.
It's
They've
over.
noticed that they were there, but they're in such small quantities that when you go to
isolate it. It's
isolate
really,
it, it's
really tough.
really tough science. Like the medicine and the science behind it had to develop to be able to identify these things because
So
they
they
haven't
just
been
like,
allowing
yo, we found 4 more kinds of weed.
Four
more
more kinds
kinds
of components.
components of weed
Like cannabinoids.
because they had identified THC
So
and
you're
everyone
telling
been
me
rocking with it.
nobody, they something. It just. It just.
It seems odd that this information is out there now, like just random. Oh, look, it's been here.
Well, I just feel okay. Maybe this is what it is. I feel like we just not finding out about it.
Oh, yes. You would just have to look for the studies, and lay people don't do that because it's in scientific jargon. So you'd have to be able to understand that. They've been working on it. They've just gotten the okay to talk about it publicly. Like, okay, now we can publish our results. We've found it. We've tested it. Oh God, that way? I think so. That way?
I've been passing everything this way. So.
I know, but I'm in the middle. It's confusing. But I think look at what we would know if you had allowed people to study this sooner and more, because that's one of our problems right now. Like, because it's federally illegal, they're not able to study it the way they should, and we have answers to things in this science and in this medicine.
Yeah, excuse me. The big thing is making sure that it is federally legal, because there's a lot of different components that we still don't really know too much about. Like, I mean, these, like, they just found out what these guys do, but there's a lot of other cannabinoids that are still like a kind of a gray area. Like, we're not really sure like exactly like the full capacity of like what these cannabinoids are like able to, like, as far as like inflammation and cancer, and we don't know. Like, we need more study, like more work needs to be done, more studies need to be done.
But with each little study, we're finding answers that lean that way. So my problem is how can you see this science and then publicly say, well, we're going to pass a law to cut high THC because it's leads to psychosis. You know, like, how can you control something and not acknowledge the positive sides of it and put that into your studies? Okay.
It's goddamn NPR now. Shit.
It's like, it just makes no sense to me. And the fact that these news anchors, and they won't deny it. It's like, you have to read that article on Leafly. How many regular people really know about Leafly unless you're like a weed nerd?
I mean, there's
like,
people that come in the shop, like, I mean, and don't know about Leafly. I'm good with that.
I did some work for for WikiLeaf, so like that's the only reason I probably even like remotely know about shit. Like, maybe write articles. I've like been in some of the videos for those articles, so obviously I'd be on the website.
Yeah, just be.
But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't just be casually, you know,
informed.
I would watch the video and keep it moving, but sometimes I just scroll past something and I'm like, oh shit, let me, because I still, like, I kind of care about that. So
Yeah,
let's see
what's this? What's going on? What's new?
It's wild.
And I'm hoping that we can encourage more people to do that, because how many of you out there just smoke because it makes you feel good?
Yeah.
So why
Figure
don't
out why it makes you feel good.
Yeah, learn a little
Like,
bit more
what you
about it.
like,
You're taking something
like,
into
I
your
mean,
body.
It changes too though, because for up until maybe like a year and a half ago, I was a heavy sativa smoker.
Yeah.
Always wake and bacon sativa was my go-to. It was the creative high drug. It was the one that was uplifting. I could run around, do shit. My brain was more active and shit. And then maybe as of like last year, I would smoke it and I would just like get hella anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your emotional state, but that's how
Exactly.
you feel
That's-
when
so
you're
it
smoking.
changes.
That's attributed to, so every several to like 7 years, the brain chemistry in a person changes.
Exactly.
So that's attributed to like the brain chemistry. Your brain chemistry changes.
And I was aware of it too. I was like, yo, whenever I smoke sativa now, like I would like stress out and it would like cause problems. Like I would overthink shit super, super tough. And I'm like, yo, why is this happening? Like, nothing's going on. Everything's cool. Everything's kosher.
That goes right back to why we need more study on all these cannabinoids. Cause
Well, also I think it's more so like personal too. Cause then like I started like changing things. Like I don't be on my phone for the first like 30 minutes when I wake up.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that.
Increasing moments of peace in your chaotic life.
Yeah, so I just like always smoke indica when I wake up now, because I do wake up with like hella energy. Like even right now, like I get a little hyper and shit. I don't know why. It's just my personality. So like I hit the indica and like chill the fuck out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, right? So you like sativa, but you don't like I mean, that high energy feel.
I just know when I like
Hybrids.
sativa. There's a time like I won't smoke sativa. It won't be the first thing I smoke when I wake up.
So
if I have a choice,
there's a cannabinoid, Delta 8. It's lesser known, but there's a lot of companies that are actually starting to do a lot more Delta 8 like centered like products. Like Oleum has a Delta 8 concentrate and a cartridge.
That sounds like a
Fairwind
transformer.
is doing Delta 8,
Right.
but it's one of those type of highs where like you feel great, you feel invigorated, but like it's not one of those like, oh fuck, like, oh, I'm nervous. Like, I mean, like, so if we had more studies on Delta 8, maybe you're not even a sativa smoker, and this one, maybe you're a fucking Delta 8 smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's
luckily most shit is like hybrid anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not like most of the time I'd be like, yo, wait, is this an indica or sativa? And they're like, it's both.
Like, once we have more studies, all the sativa indica hybrid shit will be trumped by the studies and focus on cannabinoids.
Yeah, I wasn't even really too privy to any of the like science side of it. Actually, I got put on. We went to Vegas in December and filmed for Mary J. BizCon. Have y'all heard of that?
I was drooling on. I was watching. I was here, but I was watching online. Like, look at my people having fun.
No, so I was working. I mean, it was still fun, but I was working. We were filming a documentary out there for my homie out in Portland. She runs the National Cannabis Awareness and Diversity Convention in Portland, which y'all should actually both definitely go to. Yeah, y'all should definitely both go to that real shit. Like she's trying to like really make a change and like do positive shit for like stoners and like artists. It's really dope. But we were in Vegas at Mary Jane BizCon, and I just literally learned so much about weed. So much. Like I literally was in a room with people like that just like were pitching their weed businesses. Like literally, it was like Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, real shit. It was Shark Tank for people in the cannabis industry. Real shit. It was really, really dope. And I'm like sitting here like, wow, this is really like I don't have access to this space. It's like $500 to like even go there. And these are like the seminars and like the business shit that happened like the day before the actual like convention even happened. So this is where like people were going to like throw them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit was insane. And like just the amount of like money that was just walking around was just like crazy.
It was
like,
inspiring.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was like, I can do this.
I was like, yo, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my little suit on. Let's get it. Like, it was insane just the people to shake hands with and network with. I wish I wasn't working so I could have moved around and like met more people. But
you know, for the next one.
Oh my gosh, it was so insane, yo. On the convention floor, it's like just thousands of just vendors. They selling like lights for probably all the science shit.
All the automated stuff that's coming on. The grow industry is it. Like it has hit. It's at its best level. Now they're just like finding different ways to fuck with the genetics and stuff. But like
So that's
but on
everybody's
the
newest
side,
shit.
It's technology.
And the wild part, like in all the seminars I went to, they were like, yo, we come from where a lot of our people are still marginalized and like still going to jail for that shit. They've already figured out how to make the most money of it, make the best kind of shit. Like I just feel like a lot of the seminars I went to were saying like, yo, we got to catch up, but like we have the exact same things, but we don't have the access to the knowledge as easily. You know what I'm saying?
And the funding, like it's purposely shut out. It's purposely shut out. Like I there's no other words for it. For us to come together, it has to be a big group of us all putting down large amounts to pay the bill, because it's driven high by people who have had generations to amass wealth to easily go into a new industry. And at the same time, we've been sent to prison for this situation. Same thing that's amassing money and been set back and can't get a job and can't get the resources to get to that level. But I went to prison for it.
That's why it's nice to see like a lot of states are coming up with systems where they're letting minorities, they're opening up licenses for minorities to be able to open business. Mass is actually gonna have their first minority-owned dispensary coming up soon. In Boston, nonetheless. So big up Mass, big up Boston.
For sure.
I mean, I'm from Rhode Island. It's tight because it shows people like this is doable. Like this is obtainable. And Chicago, keep your eyes on Chicago. The upcoming year, the mayor's like, we will be forming. She's like 100% sure about this shit. She's like, we will be forming some type of coalition, minority-based, minority-run, and we will be growing our own weed here in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, so and like her biggest thing is making sure minorities get those first seats, because Chicago has one of the, before the legalization, has one of the highest arrest rates for minorities for possession of marijuana. So like she's trying to turn the tides as far as like who gets first dibs and hopefully expungement of records. Like that's like the biggest thing,
most
man.
important thing. Like we should not have that tarnishing our name or carrying it around for something that you are selling and making profit on as a state. It makes no sense. But I've heard of these programs, and I am very hopeful because of the people that are speaking about them and supporting them. However, similar programs weren't they put in place in California?
Yeah, and Cali's fucking up right now.
Exactly. So I'm concerned that could affect other markets. So that's why I'm keeping my eye on it to see how it progresses. Just like I was paying attention.
Honestly, I feel like Cali was the go-to as far as like what's like emerging trends and markets and whatnot. And still like to this day, like they still do have a lot of people that are like paving the way. There's a couple guys in Santa Ana. There's no weed allowed in Santa Ana. What they did was they built a kiosk, a delivery kiosk. So it's a store you go to the kiosk like the shit in McDonald's.
Yeah.
You pick what you want and somebody delivers it to this location.
Dope.
You know what I mean? But it's a secure location and it's neighboring dispensaries.
Dope.
I mean, so like that, something like that could be a thing of the future for somewhere like Federal Way, where they voted it no against it like the last 3 times this went up. So like that could be a possibility for Federal Way. You know what I mean?
Somebody just gotta.
But on the same note, like they are dropping the ball and shit in the bed. Do better, Cali.
Yeah, we're not coming from a place of superiority because Washington is fucking up as well, personally, with the bills that have just come through.
People be fucking up.
Yeah.
Fucking up.
But recently, a lot of people I've seen are protesting in the industry are protesting one of the
Concentrate bin?
Yeah, the concentrate.
So that
bin.
got shot down. Like
did?
that's not happening.
Woo.
But I feel like they're gonna be back. They're gonna come back and it's gonna be reworded and they're gonna rework it and try to like reintroduce it.
Leaning heavier probably on the study about psychosis induced on higher levels of concentrate.
They were giving concentrates to people that like never smoked weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and they didn't know if they were susceptible before they did the study, like to mental illness.
So you have no control. So like the whole study
didn't make any
is like
sense.
ineffective. You have no control, and
that's the most imperative part or important part of like a study is that there's a control. You have something to compare it to.
Indubitably.
Yo, like bring a motherfucker like I know plenty of dabbers out here. Bring one of them out there. Let them be your control.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy like isn't fucking susceptible to psychosis. He smoked a lot of dabs. Let him dab some shit. Let them dab some shit.
Yeah.
Study both of them. See what happens.
But you were gonna pass an entire law that was going to affect so many people's jobs.
40% of the industry would have been gone. They would have Thanos that shit right out of existence.
Yeah, bye.
40%. But my thing is, you kind of have to call that bluff because it's like, so you're willing to
lose money?
Just that's 40% of your income generated. 40%, like that's a big deal.
Because of a shitty study, or a misinterpretation of a study. We need to do more on the study side. We've said that so many times. But the first one comes out, you want to change a bill that you're eating off of? Who's your account manager? Who?
Their reply to it would be, well, we're worried about the safety of people and whatnot. It's like,
Are you? Because what if that 40%, they lose their jobs? Like, those people no longer have a way to pay their bills. So are you worried about those people? I don't know, man.
Shit.
Anyway, it's getting heavy up in here. I'm just the things that when I read it, I'm thinking about. I want to see both sides of it.
No, that's important because that's honestly probably something I wouldn't even put too much thought in. So I'm glad somebody out there is actually actively putting that kind of thought into those kinds of situations and shit like that, you know. And it makes me be like, damn, man, keep up. But I like to follow and be connected to people like y'all because I can tap in. And most of the time, whenever some shit happens, y'all will low-key put it in layman's terms too. So it's just yo, this is what's happening and this is why you should care and this is how it immediately affects you.
That's why this show exists.
I feel like that's
what I'm saying. I fuck with it. And I
that's like
appreciate
when
it.
I feel like that's like my biggest, like I owe that to the people, like to like
Facts. That's dope.
pass that knowledge on. Like so every day at work I make sure, like if I have a customer that comes in, got a few minutes to spare, you're gonna learn some shit. I mean you're gonna leave a more educated stoner. Period.
Light Up and Listen is a segment of our show that I think is super important.
Like sleepers?
Yeah. Please tell me more. What are sleepers?
It's kind of hard to explain. Actually, no, it's not. Basically, there's this podcast out.
It's hard. No, I got it.
No, there's
That's
this.
what you say when you're mad. It was like,
Yo,
it's hard to explain. There's a lot to it, my nigga. Look it up.
Yeah,
Wait. Nah, there's this one podcast that I kind of listen to, and at the end of it, they just play like unreleased music or like music that they like, or just like sleeper songs that maybe like they know about that maybe nobody else knows about, but usually like they be good songs. But no, that's not what you're talking about.
No, not what I'm talking about. But I mean, potentially, because it doesn't. I don't know if you've listened to these albums or if you're
facts.
bumping them.
Cool.
So Light Up and Listen is just a segment where things that I like to do when I'm smoking weed is listen to music, and so like the music that has touched me or taken me on a journey while I've been puffing on that good stuff. And recently it's been Yo Gotti Untrapped, and I didn't know if y'all.
Fire.
The new Yo Gotti?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, I've been thumping that. I just got back from Portland. I
Yeah.
played it all the way down there.
It's a
She's
vibe.
a hoe.
It's his beats and his like how he rides the beat with his little bit of cockiness.
Yeah. That bravado.
Tight shit about Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
He's teaming up with Jay-Z. They're suing the
city. Or the state.
The state.
Yeah, I
the
saw
state
that.
correction.
I saw that. I don't know if they're
Memphis,
gonna win.
Tennessee State
Yeah,
Corrections.
I don't know if they're gonna
Yes.
win, but it's dope that they're in a position
I
to
mean,
maybe
the
be able to
thing.
win.
So the thing about something like that, even if you don't win, you force them into an area like
We have to
like
make a
jails are a
program.
business, like just like anything else.
Facts.
For sure.
So like you put a business's back to the wall, even if you don't win, there has to be some changes.
Yeah.
They have
Absolutely.
to change some shit
Yeah.
to save face. You know what I mean,
Absolutely.
so like
Make
even
it public.
Like,
Oh,
it's
look
a
at this
W
problem.
because it's a proven.
It's gonna-
lives
it's gonna change
of our
something no
brothers
matter
on the
what.
inside, no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's a W. You know what I mean,
Yeah, something's gonna change regardless. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I know it's easy to get caught up in your own existence, but like at some point you have to want to say something.
Facts.
With the internet and the things that are available to you, you can say it to the world. So just do it.
Facts.
Talk about it. Like don't let life pass you by. You know, like we've got to stick together. We got to get somewhere.
I've been playing that new Brent.
Brent Fires.
Yeah, that shit good.
she put me on.
That shit
I love
good.
it.
on.
Yeah, that shit
I
pretty
knew I
good.
had heard him on the Gold Link shit, but yo, this motherfucker got
Nah,
a
he
smooth
got
ass.
coming out here in March.
that one Fuck the World song has already been out for a minute, and I fucking really like that song.
Did
He's
you
just
listen to
saying
his older stuff?
No, actually I haven't.
Please go listen to
Yeah,
his
I
older
really
stuff.
haven't. I just really honestly got put on, and I was like, yo, this is groovy.
For real.
And then
Yeah, he'll be here in March. I have my ticket. I am ready. I did not put it on this list, and that's a shame because I played it like 5 times on one day.
it's
Yo,
still
you
kind of
ever
new.
fuck with-
It's still kind of new
Yeah,
though.
You ever fuck with 070 Shake?
Yeah.
She
Well,
just dropped some shit. You fuck with her.
Oh yeah. Russ, Shake the Snow Globe. Do you guys know about
I've
Russ?
heard a couple tracks. I've heard a couple tracks.
I haven't heard anything from it yet, so I can't really speak on it. But
That's
like,
my- that's F shit.
I'm not the biggest
Yeah.
Rush
That's
fan
F
though.
shit.
I will say that.
Attitude?
I'm not sure. Well, okay, I actually like how he's like putting hands and feet on niggas though. I like that. Like if you see if you're talking about him and you
That's
see you
funny
at the show,
Run up.
he'll put hands and feet on
Run
you. Yeah,
up.
that's
funny
fine.
shit
I
because
kinda
he's a
fuck
little-
with-
he's a
He's
little
tiny
dude.
dude.
I kinda
no,
fuck
he's
with
from
that.
Georgia, bro.
Yeah.
He's a
Put
little
it back
dude.
on
Nah,
the
Yeah,
so
song.
I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I kind of fuck with that, but his music just don't really
Connect with
resonate.
you.
Yeah.
For sure. Russ is. I have to be in a certain mood to play
Okay,
him.
yeah.
Definitely, and that's how I am about all music. But he is a mood. Live show, pretty funny. Out here, he stopped the show a couple of times because people were fighting in the crowd. And
Damn.
yeah, so he was like. He didn't stop the show because of the fight. He stopped the show to explain that he saw a fight. He went to the security guard and was like, yo, they fighting in the crowd. And the security guard was like, nah, they'll handle it.
Keep performing.
Yeah, like, and so he was like, never in my life have I ever told a security guard that people are fighting, and they were like, nah, they got it. Washington, y'all on some different shit. Yeah, like, like, y'all just fight it out. But we do have a law that allows you to, if you say you want to go, bro, and they say yes, you've agreed to a fight, you can fist fight, and the cops won't stop it out here.
What?
Yeah, that's a law in Washington.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mutual combat.
Yeah, that's it.
Is it called mutual combat?
You could call the cops and be like,
ill.
yo, me and homeboy about to throw hands. Pull up. Make sure it doesn't escalate and shit.
I was just talking about somebody because like one of the first videos I ever shot that got big on YouTube was like a really high quality fight. So I was thinking about like, I don't know, it was a stupid ass idea and I was like, oh, I can't do that because implications. But like if niggas are allowed to fight, definitely might move forward with that idea.
I would totally support that because it reminds me of my hood days in Palm Beach. Okay, so there was like a little like DVD that you would get in the hood and it was just like street fights. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's where the fight compilations on YouTube came from.
Yeah.
That's the original fight compilations.
Yeah. I would totally support you.
I'm just trying to figure out how to find like
the real
fights. Because I don't want fucking MMA motherfuckers running up in there smack.
Actually,
I think
I was on the E-line, right?
Yeah.
I was on the E-line on my way to work. I got a few E-line stories. But this dude got on, he was talking cash shit to this guy that wasn't on the bus. Talking cash shit. He hops on the bus thinking he's safe. The bus doesn't pull off right away. So homeboy catches up to the bus. So he gets on and he's like, oh, where's that motherfucker? He's looking for him. He sees him. He's like, get off the bus. Let's go. And the dude's like, I don't want to fight.
Nah, bro, I'm good.
You was talking all that shit. Get off the bus. Get off the bus. The dude's like, no. So he's not trying to get up. The guy that's trying to fight him gets off. Some random couple, like, that knows him apparently, like, the guy grabbed onto him and, like, just threw himself off the bus. So now the guy's, like, trying to fight the other dude. His girl gets off, tases this guy, and then he proceeds to get his ass whipped from the first dude he was talking shit to. I'm like, yo, all in all, I was like 10 minutes late, but it was kind of worth it. No bullshit.
Oh my God.
I was like, yo, this is fire, yo. This is like
Washington
great
is on some
entertainment.
other stuff, but you just gotta pay attention.
I'm gonna know now. Mutual combat.
I'm about to bus out the E-line again. These two ladies get on. I'm minding my business. One of them pulls out aluminum foil. Anybody from the hood, anybody that's been around drugs.
Yeah.
I already know. It's not big enough for a sandwich.
No.
Man, I'm like, she's not about to do this shit on the bus. So I make eye contact with the lady she's sitting with, and she's just like,
ah, shit. What are
this
we
is happening.
Are you gonna do something about
this
it?
This is about to
I'm not
fucking
gonna
happen.
do shit. Are you
We're
gonna
in
do
this
something?
together, okay? We're in this together.
I'm like, yeah, if I'm not gonna bug if it's not a lot of smoke and they open the window. Like, I'm sitting like a decent distance. I'm not gonna bug. Yo,
You're not
they
gonna
don't
bug?
open the window and a big fucking cloud comes up. So now I'm looking around at everybody sitting like within like the immediate vicinity. I'm like,
Y'all don't.
so I'm like, all right, are you guys dead ass right now? Like, what are you doing? And the lady's like, what? I'm like, bro, like, you're freebasing on a full fucking bus. Like, what do you mean, what? She's like, oh, mind your business. I'm like, you made it my business when you decide to freebase on the bus, bro. Like, I didn't wake up this morning like, freebase. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't wake up with that shit
And
in
no,
mind.
and it's the secondhand freebase too. I gotta get too.
What the fuck? So it's not even
Secondhand shit.
it's not even quality. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
I'm
the
getting, like,
secondhand
second,
smoke.
Like, come on. What the
Oh,
fuck?
shit.
Like, chill. Just chill. And she's
I'm just
like,
trying to go to fucking work.
Then she goes to me,
early.
oh
Or I
yeah,
just got off work.
be loud like usual. I'm like, so for some clarity for everyone on the bus, we don't know each other.
No.
I mean, like, never met this lady in my life. We don't base together or anything. I mean, like, never
I'm
met
just
this
mad
lady.
as fuck.
Oh, you're like, oh, it's just a
So
basic argument.
I'm like,
They'll work it
so
out.
you're a racist on top of being someone who smokes base on the bus. Fire. That is great for you. But what you're gonna do though is
Get the
if you
fuck
want to
off the
continue
bus.
to base, yeah, you're getting off the bus. Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck
I
off
mean,
the
and
bus.
she's like, oh, you better shut up.
And
Or what?
have you seen me?
Or what? Like, yeah, like, all 300 pounds, or what? So she's like, or something's gonna happen. And I'm like, yo, you need to chill. And she's like, oh, what, you're gonna put your hands on me? I'm like, lady, listen. This is a mutual combat state. You challenge me, I say okay, you put your hands on me, I have no choice.
Knocking you the fuck out.
I'm not gonna hit you with a
Damn, is
closed
that how it
fist
works?
because I'm at least a nice person. I'm gonna smack the living daylight out of you, though. Like, I don't put your hands on me. I'm just so now. Everyone's looking at me crazy, so I'm like, oh, I'm the asshole because she threatened me, and I'm saying I'm gonna defend myself.
Yeah, that's
like,
a
all
shame
right, cool,
position.
I'll shut up then. I'm not gonna say anything. Like,
But
I'm just
enjoy this.
You're welcome that they're not smoking anymore, though.
Yeah.
It means
Yeah, thank you.
No, you're a true American
Yeah,
hero.
that's right here.
We had a hand clap button for the.
Have you heard True's new album, No Face, No Case?
I have heard
Virgil
a couple
Discount
tracks.
is on there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one that 2 Chainz dropped. Like, his whole little True crew or whatever, they
They're nice.
nice.
I don't know.
How you feel? Oh, please
I
tell me
haven't
more.
heard it. I haven't heard it.
Oh,
I
okay,
haven't heard it.
okay.
I
I
haven't
was
heard
like,
it. I haven't heard
you
it.
was shunning them. I'm like, damn.
I'm not
man.
shunning. No, I would never. I
okay.
haven't heard it, but I always like to hear like whatever project it is before I like definitively make a decision on it.
I agree.
So I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I try to listen
But
to
I
it cover to
wasn't. I
cover.
wasn't thoroughly impressed on my first couple of tracks, but like I haven't gave it a full listen.
I get it.
I'm about to drop probably one of the best videos of my entire life, probably like next month.
Like your own music, because I know you make music.
Yeah.
I found you on iTunes. I listened to a
Oh
couple.
shit!
I
for real?
went searching.
Wow,
I went
that's
searching.
Crazy. Yeah, wow. But
I
yeah.
didn't even know you did music like that. You a creator.
Nah, man. Well, like I did music before I did videos, though.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah. Honestly.
See, what you mean? Nah, I'm not a creator.
No, I
do
definitely am.
music. I shoot awesome movies. I act. What do you need from me? I got it all right here. Production.
I mean,
That's fine.
but yeah, it's like rock and roll.
Do you guys listen to R&B?
Hell yeah.
Luke James, have you heard of him? No. He just dropped To Feel Loved or Loved or
To Feel Loved is the name of the record.
Yeah, so it's both.
Wow. That's dope. No, that's dope.
But the album
Which one
is
would you
like
choose?
what do you mean, out of all of them?
No, out of the love or loved.
To
whenever
feel
you
loved
read
or
it,
to feel loved.
which one is like when you read it, you're gonna read it a certain way. Which way are you gonna read it?
I read it loved. To feel loved. Yeah.
It's a whole different thing though. If you separate the D completely to feel love D, it's like, oh, you giving her the D. Oh, you love her. You
Yeah.
like.
Or if your
Because
name
the
is just
album
D.
is really.
Feel loved, D.
Oh, depends on how you say it.
I can't wait till you guys listen to this album
said it
because
to feel
it's
loved,
so
yeah.
like it's like he has a falsetto or like it just like it gets to you. It is that kind of R&B like soul touching music, and so you are gonna feel like now you can interpret it as if you want to feel love or to feel love or feel loved. When you listen to it, you can listen to it in two different mind states, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The music, but and I'm gonna do that. So I want to know when you do that, which way do you want to interpret that album?
Might have to get back to you on that.
Yeah. So it's dope that you took the time to have a Jay with us. Until the next session, remember that we're just 2 functional potheads. Well, really, there's 3 of us today.
Gang.
Okay.
Skadoo. I don't know why I said
Out here
that.
trying to bring light and truth about cannabis. So have a good one. Stay baked.